For thousands of years, the Galactic Council believed Earth was nothing more than a quiet rock around a small yellow star. Old records called it unstable, violent, and primitive. Long ago, the Council had marked it as a failed world. No one expected life to survive there. No one cared enough to check again. Until the signal came. It started as a weak burst of energy picked up by a deep space listening station near the outer edge of the Orion sector. At first, the operators thought it was background noise. The galaxy was full of noise, dying stars, drifting debris, broken satellites from ancient wars. But this signal repeated. It had rhythm. Pattern. Order. The station sent the data to the Council. Inside the Grand Chamber, leaders from 100 worlds watched the projection in silence. Lines of code scrolled across the air. Symbols formed. Then images appeared. A blue planet. Clouds swirling over vast oceans. Bright cities glowing in the dark. Ships moving through the planet's orbit. Someone whispered, "That is Earth." The chamber grew still. Earth was not supposed to shine like that. It was supposed to be silent and cold. But the scans showed nuclear power plants, communication networks, orbital stations, and something else, military satellites armed and ready. The Council quickly ordered an old exploration probe to change course and approach the Sol system. The probe was ancient but reliable, built for quiet observation. It slipped through deep space without lights, without sound. As it entered the solar system, it recorded everything. A gas giant with storms larger than worlds. An asteroid belt rich with minerals. Then it focused on the third planet. Earth. The probe moved closer. It expected primitive structures. Instead, it saw massive cities connected by glowing lines. Aircraft cutting through the sky. Fleets of ships hidden in the shadow of the moon. Stations under construction. Humans. They had not only survived. They had advanced. Back in the Council chamber, fear slowly replaced surprise. One elder spoke softly. The archives warned us. Ancient files were opened. Records of a species that fought among themselves yet refused to die. A species that turned disasters into lessons. A species driven by emotion, anger, love, loyalty. Humans. The probe moved into higher orbit to send its final report. Then something changed. On Earth, a military radar station detected an unknown object. Signals bounced back from something that should not be there. Within minutes, human command centers were alerted. Satellites adjusted. Telescopes focused. They saw it. A small object. Watching. Human generals did not panic. They had prepared for this moment for decades. Quiet defense systems powered on across the planet. Hidden weapons locked onto the target. The probe continued transmitting. Suddenly, a sharp beam of light shot upward from Earth's surface. The probe vanished. No explosion. No debris. Just silence. In the Council chamber, the live feed cut to black. Gasps echoed through the hall. They destroyed it, someone said. They saw us. For the first time in centuries, the Galactic Council felt uncertain. Earth was no longer a forgotten world. It was aware. Alert. Armed. Moments later, a powerful transmission burst from Earth into deep space. Strong. Clear. Intentional. The message spread across nearby sectors. "We know you are out there." The words were simple. But their meaning was not. The galaxy listened in shock. Humans had not waited to be discovered. They had been waiting to discover back. And somewhere on Earth, in a quiet command room beneath layers of stone and steel, human leaders stood calmly as new star maps appeared on their screens. Earth was no longer hiding. It was watching the stars. And now, the galaxy held its breath. The destruction of the probe changed everything. Across the Galactic Council, panic slowly turned into caution. Earth was no longer a theory. It was a living, thinking, armed world. And it had reacted without hesitation. The Council did not want war. Not yet. Instead, they sent something better than a probe. They sent shadows. 3 stealth scout ships slipped into the Sol system weeks later. These vessels were far more advanced than the old probe. They bent light around their hulls. They produced almost no heat. They made no sound. Even most advanced civilizations would never detect them. But humans were not most civilizations. The scout ship stayed far beyond the orbit of Pluto at first. From there, they launched tiny sensor drones, smaller than dust, drifting slowly toward Earth. The drones sent back live images. The Council watched carefully. They saw humans building. Massive shipyards floated in orbit around Earth and Mars. Workers moved with purpose. Warships, long and sharp, were under construction. Some were small and fast. Others were enormous, shaped like moving fortresses. These are not peaceful designs, one Council general muttered. They scanned deeper. On Earth's surface, humans trained constantly. Soldiers practiced in harsh environments, deserts, frozen lands, deep oceans. They prepared not just for war on land, but for war in space. The Council searched human databases by intercepting open transmissions. They expected chaos and division. And yes, humans were divided into nations. They argued. They competed. But something strange appeared. When facing outside threats, humans united quickly. Their history proved it. The Council studied old human wars, natural disasters, and near-extinction events. Each time humanity had almost fallen, they had grown stronger afterward. Their technology had advanced through pressure. Their unity had grown through danger. One elder spoke quietly. They evolved through fear. As the stealth ships moved closer, they positioned themselves in the shadow of Earth's moon. From there, they could observe military traffic closely. Human warships were already patrolling space. Not randomly. Strategically. They expected us, a scout commander whispered. Then something unexpected happened. One of the alien sensor drones stopped transmitting. Then another. Then 5 more. They were not malfunctioning. They were being hunted. On the far side of the moon, a small human vessel moved slowly. It did not look powerful. It did not look threatening. But as it passed through space, alien drones went dark around it. The humans were sweeping their system clean. Back in the Council chamber, tension grew heavy. They can see what we cannot, one scientist admitted. Suddenly, the main stealth ship's alarm activated. A tight beam of focused radar struck directly at its location. Not random scanning. Direct targeting. Impossible. Stealth systems should have made them invisible. But Earth had found them. On the human flagship orbiting Mars, Admiral Reyes stood calmly as data flowed across her screen. The unknown objects had strange gravity shadows. Tiny distortions in space itself. Clever. But not perfect. She gave a simple command. Track them. Do not fire. Human warships slowly shifted positions, quietly surrounding the alien scouts without revealing full strength. The alien commander felt something cold for the first time in his career. They were being allowed to stay. The humans were not attacking. They were watching back. Then Earth sent another message into deep space. Not loud. Not emotional. Clear. You are not alone in the dark. The Council heard it. This was no primitive species shouting into space. This was a warning. A statement. Humans had not only survived their violent past. They had mastered it. The alien scouts retreated slowly, carefully, returning with their data. As they exited the Sol system, they saw something chilling. Beyond Mars, hidden in deep orbit, dozens of massive human warships powered on briefly, just long enough to be seen. A silent display of strength. Not aggression. Control. Back in the council chamber, silence filled the air once again. Earth was not afraid. Earth was prepared. And for the first time in centuries, the Galactic Council realized a dangerous truth. They had not discovered a weak young world. They had discovered a species that had been preparing for this moment for a very long time. The galaxy was no longer watching a quiet planet. It was staring into patient eyes in the dark. The Galactic Council could no longer pretend Earth was a minor problem. The reports from the stealth scouts were clear. Humans were advanced. Organized. Alert. Most dangerous of all, they were calm. Calm species were hard to predict. For days, the council argued. Some demanded a preemptive strike before humans grew stronger. Others warned that attacking without full knowledge would be foolish. The data showed something important: human technology was moving fast. Faster than expected. If war began now, the outcome would not be certain. Finally, they chose a middle path. First contact. But not weak. Not desperate. They would approach Earth as leaders of the galaxy and offer protection. A diplomatic cruiser, escorted by 2 warships, entered the Sol system openly. No stealth. No hiding. Their engines burned bright so humans could see them clearly. On Earth, alarms sounded across global defense networks. Military satellites locked onto the incoming ships. Fleets near Mars shifted into defensive formations. Inside a deep command center beneath the Atlantic Ocean, human leaders watched silently. Admiral Reyes stood in the center of the room. "They want to be seen," she said. "Or they want us to think that," a general replied. Human ships launched from Earth, the Moon, and Mars. They did not rush. They moved in careful arcs, surrounding the alien formation at a distance. Weapons systems were charged, but not firing. The alien diplomatic cruiser slowed near lunar orbit. A transmission request appeared. The humans accepted. On screen, an alien ambassador appeared, tall, pale, with calm black eyes. His voice was smooth. "People of Earth. We greet you as representatives of the Galactic Council. Your world has been observed. You are strong for your age. The galaxy is dangerous. We offer you protection and membership under our authority. Under our authority." In the Human Command Center, no one spoke for several seconds. Admiral Reyes stepped forward. "We did not request protection," she answered evenly. The ambassador did not react. All developing species benefit from guidance. Without it, survival rates decrease. Reyes allowed a small smile. "Survival is something we are very good at." The alien paused slightly. That was not the expected answer. He changed tactics. "Then consider alliance. Shared knowledge. Shared security." Behind him, the escort warships shifted slightly, their weapon ports glowing faintly. A subtle show of power. Humans noticed. Reyes' voice became colder. "Are those weapons part of your peaceful offer?" The chamber behind the ambassador went silent. The alien warships powered their weapons down slowly. The message was clear. This was not equal contact. It was pressure. But humans had felt pressure before. For centuries. "We are willing to communicate," Reyes continued. "But not as subjects." In the council chamber far away, tension rose. The diplomats had expected fear. Gratitude. Curiosity. Instead, they found confidence. Before the ambassador could respond, something unexpected happened. A new energy spike appeared on human sensors. Fast. Aggressive. Not from Earth. From beyond the diplomatic fleet. Another alien faction had entered the system, ships marked with rogue signatures. Enemies of the Council. They had been watching too. And they saw opportunity. The rogue fleet launched weapons immediately, missiles aimed not at Earth, but at the Council cruiser. Chaos erupted. Human commanders reacted instantly. Earth fleets spread out, calculating trajectories. The Council ships scrambled to defend themselves. One missile broke through. It struck the side of the diplomatic cruiser, tearing through its shield. The alien ambassador vanished from the screen. On Earth, Admiral Reyes did not hesitate. All fleets, engage hostile vessels only. Protect the cruiser. Generals around her looked shocked. They just tried to pressure us. She did not look away from the tactical display. They came openly. That makes them guests. Human warships surged forward. Fast. Precise. The rogue fleet had not expected resistance from Earth. They thought humans would stay neutral, or panic. They were wrong. The first rogue ship exploded under concentrated human railgun fire. The second lost engines within seconds. Human ships moved with frightening coordination, covering the damaged diplomatic cruiser. In the middle of battle, a clear human message broadcast across all channels. No fighting in our sky. The words carried authority. For the first time, the Galactic Council saw something new. Humans were not desperate to join the galaxy. They were willing to defend it. Even those who tried to control them. As explosions lit the darkness near the moon, one truth became clear. The offer the Council made had changed nothing. But the choice humans just made changed everything. The weeks after the battle were quiet. Too quiet. Human fleets maintained constant patrol across the Sol system. Defense stations were upgraded. New ship hulls rolled out of orbital yards faster than ever before. But Earth did not expand outward. It did not send fleets into alien territory. It waited. Beyond known Council space, the rogue faction gathered its strength. Their defeat near Earth had embarrassed them. Worse, it had shown weakness in front of the entire galaxy. They needed a victory. But they were not foolish enough to strike Earth again directly. Instead, they chose a softer target. A small trade colony near the edge of Council territory. Lightly defended. Important for supply routes. The rogue fleet attacked without warning. The colony's defenses collapsed within minutes. Emergency signals spread across nearby sectors. The Galactic Council reacted immediately. Fleets mobilized. But they were far away. Too far. The rogue commander broadcast a message across open channels. This is what happens when you protect outsiders. The message reached Earth. In the deep command center, human analysts watched live images of burning colony structures. Civilian ships destroyed. Escape pods drifting helplessly. No treaty bound Earth to the Council. No alliance had been signed. Admiral Reyes listened to the silence in the room. Then she spoke one word. Prepare. Across the Sol system, something massive stirred. Warships that had remained hidden powered up. New vessels, larger than those seen in the first battle, activated engines. Fleet formations aligned in precise, layered patterns. This was not a defensive movement. This was deployment. Within hours, the largest human fleet ever assembled moved toward faster-than-light jump positions beyond Neptune. Before jumping, Earth transmitted a single message to the Galactic Council. Coordinates received. We are responding. In the Council chamber, leaders stared at the screen in disbelief. They are not obligated, one elder said quietly. No, another answered. They are choosing to act. The human fleet exited hyperspace near the burning colony. The rogue ships were still present, finishing their destruction. They did not expect company. Human vessels arrived in perfect formation, shields already raised, weapons fully charged. The rogue commander opened a channel. "This does not concern you, Earth." Admiral Reyes' image appeared on his screen. "You made it concern us." Without further warning, human warships opened fire. The battle was not chaotic like the first encounter. It was controlled. Calculated. Every human ship moved as part of a greater design. Fighter craft swarmed enemy engines. Heavy cruisers targeted weapon systems first. No wasted shots. The rogue fleet attempted retreat. Human ships blocked the exit vectors. For the first time, fear entered the rogue commander's voice. "You defend those who are not your own." Reyes answered calmly. "Today, they are." The rogue flagship fell under concentrated fire. Within 1 hour, the rogue fleet was destroyed or captured. Human rescue ships immediately moved toward the damaged colony, deploying medical teams and emergency supplies. Council reinforcements arrived later, only to witness the aftermath. The colony still stood. Scarred. But alive. Galactic News Network spread the footage everywhere. Humans fighting without demand for territory. Humans protecting without claiming reward. Back in the council chamber, no one argued this time. Earth was no longer an uncertain variable. It was a power. But more than that. It was a principle. The alien ambassador, now fully recovered, addressed the chamber. "They do not seek to rule us," he said. "They seek to decide for themselves." Silence followed his words. Far away, in the Sol system, Earth's fleet returned home. No celebration. No grand speeches. Just quiet readiness. On the edge of known space, rumors spread among pirates and warlords. There was a new rule in the galaxy. If you threatened the innocent, humanity might answer. And when humanity answered, it did not ask permission. It did not hesitate. It did not forget. For centuries, the galaxy believed it was watching Earth grow. Now it understood the truth. Earth had been watching back. And from that day forward, whenever unknown ships appeared on distant scanners, whenever a fleet prepared to strike a weaker world, whenever someone whispered the word human, the galaxy did something it had not done in a very long time. It held its breath. The battle near the moon burned bright against the darkness of space. Human ships moved with sharp precision, cutting through the rogue fleet that had tried to turn first contact into chaos. Railgun rounds flashed like silent lightning. Missiles curved through vacuum with deadly accuracy. Within minutes, 3 rogue ships were crippled. The rest began to retreat. But humans did not chase them beyond the orbit of Mars. They stopped exactly at a clear invisible boundary. A line. Back on the damaged diplomatic cruiser, emergency lights flickered. The alien ambassador, injured but alive, was rushed to a medical chamber. Council officers stared at their tactical screens in disbelief. Humans had saved them. Not because of alliance. Not because of loyalty. But because the fight happened in their system. Admiral Reyes stood quietly as reports came in. Rogue fleet is withdrawing. Council cruiser stabilized. No human civilian losses. She nodded once. Then she gave a new order. Broadcast to all channels. Her message went out not only to the Council ships, but across wideband frequencies that could reach deep into nearby sectors. This system is under human protection. Any conflict brought here will be answered. Clear. Calm. Final. In the Galactic Council chamber, silence filled the vast hall again. Leaders who once debated whether to control Earth now watched footage of human ships forming defensive patterns around the solar system. They were not expanding. They were not invading. They were guarding. The Council's military advisors studied the battle carefully. Human tactics were unusual. Flexible. Emotional, but disciplined. When the diplomatic cruiser was hit, humans reacted instantly, as if defending one of their own. "That is dangerous," one elder whispered. "Why?" another asked. "Because they choose who they protect." The rogue faction, humiliated by defeat, sent a final threat before jumping to faster-than-light travel. "This is not over, Earth." Admiral Reyes heard the message. She responded without anger. "It never is." Hours later, something unexpected happened. Instead of demanding gratitude from the Council, Earth sent medical ships to assist the injured alien crew. Human doctors worked beside alien surgeons. Supplies were transferred freely. The alien ambassador, now stable, requested another meeting. This time, no warships hovered menacingly behind him. His voice was different. "Why did you defend us?" Admiral Reyes answered honestly. "You entered our system openly. You did not fire first. That makes you our responsibility while you are here." The ambassador studied her face carefully. "You are not part of the Council." "Correct. And yet you enforce order." She gave a small nod. "In our space." The meaning was clear. Humans were not claiming the galaxy. They were claiming their home. Back on Earth, news of the battle spread across the planet. For the first time in history, all nations released a unified public statement. Humanity was not alone. And it would not kneel. Military forces worldwide entered a state of higher readiness, but there was no panic. No riots. No collapse. Instead, factories increased production. Scientists accelerated research. Civil leaders coordinated defense plans together. Crisis had always done one thing to humanity. It sharpened it. The Galactic Council observed this unity with growing unease. Their intelligence divisions ran simulations. If Earth continued advancing at this speed for another century, it would rival major galactic powers. If attacked directly, casualties on both sides would be catastrophic. If allied willingly, they could become the most loyal force in known space. The Council faced a difficult truth. Earth was not asking permission to exist among the stars. It already had. As the diplomatic cruiser prepared to leave for repairs, the alien ambassador sent one final private message to Admiral Reyes. "The galaxy fears what it does not control." Reyes looked out at the silent stars beyond her ship's window. "Then it should learn to respect what it cannot control." The cruiser jumped to hyperspace. Human fleets slowly returned to defensive positions. From a distance, Earth looked peaceful again. Blue oceans. White clouds. Bright cities. But now, hidden platforms surrounded the system. Watchful. Ready. Humanity had drawn a line in the dark. Not a line of conquest. Not a line of hatred. A line of warning. Cross it. And the response would be immediate. The galaxy had tested Earth once. Next time, the stakes would be higher. And somewhere beyond known space, the rogue faction was already planning something far worse.